Alrighty, everyone. This is the beginning of lesson 6. This is the beginning of lesson 6. The hydrosphere. The hydrosphere. Alrighty. So hydro and sphere are a combination of two Greek words. Hydro means water, and sphere, well, means round ball. So pretty much the water around the round ball of the earth. That's pretty much what we're talking about here in lesson 6 of hydrosphere. All right, first thing to understand about the hydrosphere is that the hydrosphere is pretty much the relationship of water around the earth. The hydrosphere is pretty much water anywhere you kind of see it. Now, water exists in multiple different forms. You could have water in its liquid form and its gaseous form, or also known as vapor, or on its ice form. So before we were talking about the Earth's crust in relation to its solid mass in regards to like rock and minerals. And now we're going to kind of switch over to water and its importance to the world. So the hydrosphere is very important because it kind of influences everything around us. The hydrosphere is pretty much everywhere. It's continually working on the environment in all cases around the world. So you can experience the hydrosphere pretty much anywhere you go. Anywhere you go is the hydrosphere. Also, when it comes to the hydrosphere is above the Earth. So that Earth's atmosphere is made up of multiple different things. The Earth's atmosphere is made up of multiple different things. It's a collection of things that the Earth has. When it comes to the Earth, the atmosphere is made up of water vapor. You got to realize the Earth is 71% water. 71% water. We humans are about 70% water also. So that means that water plays an integral role in everything above the Earth, on the Earth, and below the Earth. The hydrosphere, you'll see it pretty much anywhere you go on the Earth. So that water plays a role in our environment, especially when it comes to weather and climate. Weather involving that relationship between the sun and the Earth's atmosphere and the temperature of the Earth. Now, this hydrosphere will be all over the world, impacting you and me no matter what. Now, the hydrosphere is kind of complicated, but we kind of broken it down into a simple concept. So that simple concept we all know as that water cycle, that famous water cycle that we all know, that we should have learned ever since that we were little kids. So water cycle is pretty much a simple thing. It starts out with evaporation, condensation, then precipitation, and then that classic runoff. But we'll go into detail over each of them. So first we got evaporation. So whenever it comes to evaporation, this is the Earth. We're starting on, let's say we're starting onto the ground. We got a nice body of water, a nice body of water. That body of water will sit there. The sun will then shoot its rays on the Earth, passing through the atmosphere and hitting that water. Water has a boiling point of around 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that water reaches a heating point, it turns into a gas. Now that gas rises up and evaporates. That's why if you ever, let's say you dropped some water and you just leave it there, that water will evaporate because eventually it reached a temperature where it could be gaseous or it can be absorbed into something and then released in another form in a more gaseous form. Then that evaporation goes into a stage of condensation. That condensation is pretty much when the water molecules rise up into the air, go up into the air, and then that condensation forms into clouds. So we always see clouds each and every day. We count the clouds, we look at the different shapes, but those clouds are formed because the water on the earth has accumulated into a gaseous form. Now, that condensation, those clouds build up, they 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 build up. And then once they build up, then they turn and then they get too heavy. Once they get too heavy, that heaviness means it's transforming from gaseous back to liquid. That gaseous form is turning back into that liquid form. So when it goes back into that liquid form, then it turns into rain. And then that rain falls down, and then goes back into the ground. Now, the last stage is called runoff. Runoff is pretty much that water that is accumulated from the ground, and then it just goes into wherever it needs to go into, down the hills, down the valleys, into the oceans, inside the earth, inside the wells, or on top of your head because it was raining. So there we go. In regard to the water cycle is essential for our human existence and essential for life, because those chemicals that are in the atmosphere get transported from the atmosphere down to the earth. And the process of water moving things around means it moves different minerals and gases and nutritional resources around and is able to get it to us human beings and to other animals and other creatures. Without rain, you wouldn't have plants. Without plants, you wouldn't have plant food. Without plant food, you wouldn't have animals eating food, and you wouldn't have humans eating food. So water cycle is essential for our environment. So that is lesson 6. Thank you.